Bold predictions. We're going to give them in a series of them starting today on the No Horsing Around podcast. Okay, you guys, so we're starting a new series. I thought it'd be fun. We're going to do one called Bold Predictions. It's going to be a set of videos, bold predictions for what myself and others think for the Indianapolis Colts. It's going to be really cool. It's not just me. I know you guys are wondering, like, well, Steven's got some bold predictions sometimes, right? It's going to be some me, and we got some guests, too. We're really excited about some of them. Zach's going to be coming back to give his bold prediction. We got Cody and Derek from Bring the Juice coming on to give theirs. Landon from the Blue Stable is going to come on. Working on a really special one. It looks like Kent Sterling's going to come on and give his bold prediction too. So we're going to kind of have an array to fill this gap between now and training camp. But let's go ahead and jump into what my bold prediction is. My bold prediction, as the title says, Anthony Richardson, new record holder. Question is, which record am I talking about, right? I sat here and I went back and forth for a little bit on what did I want to predict in regards to Anthony Richardson, because obviously I'm talking to other people too. They're going to have their bold predictions. So I wanted to start with one for Anthony Richardson. I really wanted to go with rushing yards. And I started looking up and I was like, rushing yards for a rookie, rushing touchdowns for a rookie. And then it dawns on me, even though we didn't see him much, he's not a rookie, right? So you got to look up what are the most rushing yards by a quarterback in a season and what are the most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in a season. Not rookie, just in general. And when I started doing a little bit more looking and things like that, you become a little bit more hesitant to predict the yards. So my bold prediction is that Anthony Richardson is going to set the record for most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in a season. That record for the longest time was 14, right? That was Cam Newton. That was a couple other players tied there at 14. The new record got set last year by Jalen Hurts. That record is 15 rushing touchdowns, okay? A lot of those, obviously, we talk about with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was a lot of those tush pushes, 1 yard rushes, but the record is 15 rushing touchdowns, right? So why am I predicting that? Why am I not going yards? Well, yards, so here's the deal, you guys. Do I think that he's going to have yards? Yes. Do I think Anthony Richardson is going to rush for a lot of yards? Yes. But the record is Lamar Jackson's with 1,206, right? Like, he's not going to rush that much. That's the thing. That's the tough thing. He's not going to get that many yards. That's a low end of a Jonathan Taylor season. And we're expecting Jonathan Taylor to have a big rushing season this season, right? With yards. So I just look at it very similar. You're talking about the same coach that coached Jalen Hurts and kind of helped invent that tush push. They're not doing it here in Indy, but you're looking at the ability to be in the red zone and that inside that 10 yards, 20 yards, and rush with him. Now, why do I feel pretty confident in making this bold prediction? So Anthony Richardson only played in 4 games, but he had 4 rushing touchdowns. We saw the full extent of it in the Houston game, really, on what it could look like. We saw 2 touchdowns on the first 2 drives. So, you can be really basic with this and say if you extrapolate the 4 and the 4 and 4 games over 17-game season, boom, 17 rushing touchdowns. That's a really easy way to look at it. At the same time, you can look at it and go, okay, let's not do it that way. Let's look at it and say, what do we really think? Not just giving him a rushing touchdown per game. He's going to have some games where he doesn't have some. He's going to have some games where he has multiple ones. So I feel really confident in predicting, but we felt this way last year going into his rookie season. Me and Zach both did, that he was going to have more touchdowns rushing than yards, just because I don't think he's going to bust off big runs. Like, that's going to happen, but I don't think it's going to be these. I don't think he's going to be relied on as heavily as, say, a Lamar Jackson rushing for 1,200 yards, or before that, Michael Vick had 1,039. Like, I don't think that's the thing. He's going to be asked to do as much. He's going to be asked, don't get me wrong, he's going to be asked to do plenty with his legs. It makes life simpler. It makes reads simpler. You can run, and then it makes, if you run an RPO with him, a lane opens up, and then, or he dumps the ball high. It's having that portion of his game makes life simpler as a quarterback, right? But I just don't think he's going to have enough carries. He's going to be asked enough to do that kind of load of 1,200 yards. I mean, you just look. I mean, Lamar Jackson, the year that he had that, he had a ton of rushing attempts. Like, that's the thing, right? So, I mean, my bold prediction, the first bold prediction of this series, is that Anthony Richardson is going to set the new record for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in a season. What do y'all think? Do you think that's a stupid prediction? Do you think that's within the realm? I know there's going to be people saying he's going to be injured and he's not going to play all 17 games. I get all of that, okay? But let me hear it. Put it in the comments. You tell me. Do you really think that he can do this? And you know what? If you guys want to, throw it in the comments on what your bold predictions are. Maybe I'll do a video about those if it's not covered with one of our many guests that are going to be doing this. As always, you guys, like, share, subscribe, comment.
Thank you.
All those great things that we love to see. We're in this dead period, so it's going to be fun to kind of do something fun like this and talk with you guys. And as always, you guys, I love you. The Colts love you. I'm out.